Now available on Tata Sky channel number 526.
Hello and welcome to the Property News here on Magic Bricks, now India's first property channel. I am Krishna Kumar. First up, a look at the headlines that we're tracking. Big exclusive straight up on Mumbai's International Financial Service Centre. The IFSC will work hand in hand with Gujarat's Gift City. In the national capital, 50,000 affordable homes, 25 lakh houses are on hold because the Delhi government has not allotted land to the DDA for its ambitious land pooling scheme announced over a year ago. Magic Bricks now gets you an exclusive with the Director of Land Pooling at DDA. Cheer for Punekars, though Pune's Smart City Plan on fast track civic body forms special committee to speed up the process of setting up a special purpose vehicle for implementing the Smart City project. And also on the show, MCHI Credai kicks off their property fair at the Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai. We tell you what kind of offers are trending in the market as the festive season approaches. Let's kick things off then with our big news break. The big IFSC Gift City face-off will not happen. Mumbai and Gandhinagar may in fact work together. Ruchi Deshpande is the one who's getting us some exclusive details on that front from the closed-door IFSC committee meeting that concluded just minutes ago. Ruchi, fill us in with all the latest.
Well, sister city partnerships was the big takeaway when it came. What came out of the second meeting of the task force that leads Bandra Kurla Complex International Finance Services Center. That is slated to come up sometime next year. Now, what sources at this meeting told us is that they're looking at sister city partnerships, and a partnership with Gift City in Gujarat may also be on the card, but they refuse to divulge details on the same. Now, regarding the master plan, what we also learned is that they will have a tender out in the month to for a consultant who will go ahead and design the master plan, and in 6 months from now there will be a plan in place. There will be a master plan in place for BKC. Now, what we also learned is that regarding the infrastructure within the International Finance Services Center, there will be a car-free zone. There will be zero garbage disposal, and they will also have other smart city concepts. One more thing that will be here is that Nirmal Lifestyle may well build a sports complex around the Meeti River that runs through BKC. So this is essentially what was discussed in the second meeting of BKC IFSC today.
Ruchi, before we let you go, tell us what is the way forward from here on? So once this closed-door meeting, now that's over, where does things head from here on?
Well, over the coming few months, they will finalize the partnerships with other sister cities. Where I also mentioned that a partnership with Gift City will take place. And regarding the master plan, a month from now is since the pre-bid meetings just concluded at the end of March, that is last month, they will have a tender out in place 1 month from now, and 6 months from now you will have a plan for the layout of this structure in place.
Ruchi Deshpande there with that big exclusive news break right here on Magic Bricks. Now, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Moving on. The real estate regulator has definitely brought cheer for home buyers. However, developers are still wary about certain provisions of the bill, especially the 70% escrow account that must be maintained. My colleague Disha Shah caught up with Dharmesh Jain, Managing Director at Nirmal Lifestyle, and asked him about the impact of the real estate regulator and also about the ban on new constructions in Mumbai. Listen to what he had to say.
As developers, we've always maintained that we welcome the regulator. What we've also always said as CREDAI and as MCHI is that it is critical that all the wheels of the car are brought under the control of the regulator. So right now, you're controlling the driver and having all the other wheels, let them do whatever they want. So clearly, the urban local bodies need to be under the control of the regulator. Only then permissions, there will be, sort of control on the permission process as well. So it is very, very important that, the urban local bodies are also under the control of the regulator for effective implementation of the regulator.
So are you ready for the 70% escrow? Do you think that will it eventually raise prices going forward?
So the big worry with the housing regulator is that across the country, I've talked to a number of developers, and the fear is that dramatically volumes are going to come down. So the ability to do multiple construction is going to dramatically come down because of the regulator, and that's a big worry. We've somehow just got into all developers doing volumes, and suddenly you will have a situation where volumes will get impacted.
Lastly, what do you have to say about the ban on approvals? Of course, hinges or hampers the construction work per se. So what do you have to say on that?
So we have full empathy for the concern that the Honorable High Court has, and all for the issue being addressed here. The only point in question is that probably the most compliant today is new construction. So when you take a new construction permission, you have an environmental management plan that you submit. So the solid waste management plan is submitted to the environmental department, only after which we get permissions. And when you submit that plan, almost 70% of the overall waste is treated on site. So probably the most compliant is being punished here is our submission, and we are studying the order, and definitely we will try and make out a case and go back to the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court for consideration.
Away from that, it is the biggest expose of the year, and now more skeletons are rolling out of the closet. Atul Chordia, chairman of Panchil Group, a Pune-based real estate major, is the latest entrant in the list of the rich and famous who have allegedly stashed away money in offshore accounts. Just a few days ago, leaks by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists laid bare billions of dollars that is secretly stashed away in the British Virgin Islands, including nearly 500 Indians, from the big names from the property market to actors, politicians, lawyers and industrialists. The expose alleges several A-listers have parked their money in the tax haven, either directly or through their kin. Atul Chordia of Panchil is accused of holding the largest stake of 33% in the consortium, along with his family members. A quick reminder, Atul Chordia was one of the accused in the 2G spectrum allocation scandal as well. Other big names that have emerged in the Panama Leaks are DLF CEO KP Singh, along with his family members, and Samir Gehlot, owner of India Bulls. Yes, the list seems to be endless. We can only wait and watch if more names will emerge from the industry and more skeletons will be tumbling out of that Panama closet. Moving on. Home loans are set to get cheaper. The country's largest lender, the State Bank of India, has taken the lead to cut loan rates. SBI's marginal cost of lending rates, or MCLR, stands at 9.2%. And the new home loan rates was formed after adding 0.25% to this rate. So now the current home loan rate offered by the bank is 9.45%. For women borrowers, though, the rate stands at 9.4%. These revised rates, however, are only applicable to new borrowers and not existing borrowers. The MCLR formula came into effect from the 1st of April. What exactly is MCLR? It is the new benchmark lending rate at which banks will now lend to new borrowers. Until the 31st of March 2016, banks used the base rate as the benchmark rate to lend, and now it's all set to change from now on. Moving on. Work has started on making Pune smart. The civic body has formed a special committee which has estimated the cost of the entire project. Work has also begun on setting up the Special Project Vehicle, or SPV. We have Ruchi Deshpande again because she tracks the Pune market and she gets us this update. Take a look.
Pune's plan to transform itself into a smart city seems to be taking place slowly. What we learn is that the Pune Municipal Corporation has set up PSCDCL, or a Pune Smart City Development Corporation Limited, which is essentially a committee that will go ahead and form that SPV, or the Special Purpose Vehicle. What we also learn is that they've estimated the cost for this SPV in Pune, which is about 1,000 crore rupees for the Pan City development, and nearly double of that, that is 2,400 crore rupees for the development of Aund Baner Badiwali. Note that this is the area that was proposed by Pune for retrofitting in its smart city proposal. What we also learn is that they will receive about 200 crore rupees as a funding from the centre, and the SPU will have an amount of nearly 370 crore rupees just to begin with. What we also learn is that amongst the people in this committee, there will be 7 stakeholders in all, out of which 6 will be from the Pune Municipal Corporation. That will involve the mayor, the Standing Committee Chairman, the Deputy Commissioner as well as the Commissioner of PMC himself. What will this committee do? Well, it will look at the feasibility of infrastructure projects in Pune. It will look to implement these projects within a given time period, and it will ensure that these projects are implemented in the given time frame. What the projects that are to be prioritized here include the Pune Metro, the Pune BRT system, as well as revamping the solid waste management system, the water and well as transportation system for the Aund-Baner-Baliwadi belt, which again was proposed in Pune's smart city. What we learn is that this SPV is yet to have its first meeting in Pune, and the same has been asked to be postponed by the state government. But even as this goes on, the process for selecting office space for this SPV is already underway in Pune.
The land pooling policy of the Delhi Development Authority is stuck in limbo. The DDA awaits Delhi government's nod to declare 95 villages as development areas and 89 of them as urban villages. The ambitious land pooling policy proposes to make landowners as partners in the development process. This policy is crucial as DDA is planning to make 1 lakh houses for the mid-income group, high-income group and 50,000 EWS homes. Our correspondent Deepa Rana spoke with the director of land pooling policy at DDA, who gives us more details about the proposed scheme. Listen in.
It's expected that 22 to 20,000 hectare of land will be available by DDA for land pooling policy. This land will be available in north of Delhi, in northwest of Delhi, west of Delhi and southwest of Delhi.
Sir, how many houses can we expect? That how many houses are going to be coming up in this land pooling policy, especially in Delhi, and how will it help in the property prices here?
Broadly, per 1,000 hectare of land pooled, we will get 1 lakh general houses and 50,000 EW houses.
1 lakh general houses and 50,000 EW houses. Sir, another question is that on land pooling policy, now it's with the Delhi government, and you have been not getting a proper response from Delhi government. Is that correct? What's going on here?
We have referred the matter regarding declaration of development area of 95 village in which this land pooling policy has to be come up, and 89 villages that has to be declared as the urban villages. We have referred the matter to Delhi government. Delhi government is considering the matter. It will take time. This has to be take a call by them.
From Delhi to Bangalore, where civic body BBMP is getting a lot of flack across social media. The body recently hiked property taxes in the city, and citizens have to pay up by the 30th of April. However, when they try to do so, BBMP's own portal is stonewalling them. We have Amita Balachandra standing by with more details on that front. Amita, tell us just how unhappy are citizens with the BBMP?
Well, citizens of Bengaluru are completely unhappy with the civic body BBMP or Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike, as BBMP's website for property tax collection drive is not working at the moment. There are several technical glitches at the moment as well. What we also know is that during the first week of April, BBMP did hike property taxes, which means a lot of tax zones were realigned. A lot of people who are paying far lower taxes now have to pay higher taxes. That has not gone down well with citizens as well. Mind you, this is only adding to the citizens' angst. Also, if you take a look at BBMP's website itself, when you click on property tax tab, a whole new window pops up. You again click on BBMP property tax 2016-17. Once you do that, property tax filing and payment is the page you have to go to. A whole set of instructions here on how you need to pay your property tax. Of course, at the bottom of the page is the application number or PID number. That is what matters to you at the moment. You put in your number and you click on the tab. Click here. This is one problem that pops up. Application number does not exist, although your application number is valid. A lot of people also face error on page problem, which is popping up. A lot of people are not even able to generate challan. That's something that is trending on Twitter at the moment. A lot of citizens are complaining that BBMP is not doing its job right. They want this problem to be fixed as soon as possible. they say that the online version is crazy there at the moment, that it's not user friendly. That is another problem. So all of these problems have to be fixed. When we spoke to BBMP, of course, revenue officials said that this problem is going to be fixed within the next couple of days, considering the last date for filing property taxes is April 30th. Also remember, at this point BBMP has collected about 4 crore rupees of property taxes. Over the next couple of days they're going to collect a couple of more crores, that's what they say. But however, this is something that is completely unacceptable, and a lot of citizens are complaining, and whether this problem is going to be fixed over the next couple of days or not, that is something that we'll keep a close watch on this channel.
I'm sure, Amita, you will be the one keeping a close watch on that. But thank you so much for bringing us that update. On that note, let's also quickly take a look at what else is making news in the property market. Here you go.
In a move to become the first housing finance company to issue green bonds, PNB Housing Finance has raised 500 crore rupees by issuing bonds to World Bank arm IFC. This amount will be used to fund its residential green projects, which are certified by recognized green building certification standards. PNB Housing Finance has also pre-approved almost 62 projects spread across Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Pune and Bengaluru. This move will help in curbing pollution and will also reduce greenhouse emissions, as the funds will be exclusively invested towards green energy efficient buildings. The Nagpur Municipal Commissioner, in a bid to increase revenue from property tax, is planning to give 6 monthly property tax bills to its citizens. This move comes 12 days after launching a new system where citizens could self-assess property tax. The NMC is also planning to spread awareness about self-assessment and has also announced a 4% rebate. Under this new tax system, the price of a property tax will increase twice and commercial tax thrice. ITC and Starwood Hotels and Resorts have extended their existing partnership for 11 new ITC Luxury Collection hotels and 1 hotel under the Sheraton brand. The two companies also announced its plans for 3 upcoming ITC hotels under Starwood's Luxury Collection to India. Strengthening their partnership further, the two partners also announced 3 upcoming ITC hotels under Starwood's the Luxury Collection brand in India.
Now, the festive season is all set to arrive, and so are the offers in the market. On the special occasion of Gudi Padwa, developers have rolled out offers from cash discounts to freebies to interest subvention schemes at the MCHI Credai Property Exhibition. My colleague Disha Shah, who was at that exhibition today, gets us this report on all the offers that are trending in the market. Take a look.
Cash discounts and interest subvention schemes are the 2 major trends that you can observe here at MCHI Credai Property Fair. Close to 100 developers have offers for home buyers on the special occasion of Gudi Padwa. Talking about cash discounts first, developers here are offering flat discount of 5 to 10 lakh rupees, majorly in areas like Kalyan and Dombivli belt, and in certain pockets of MMR, for instance in areas like Bandra and Vikhroli. And this trend is observed in homes starting from 75 lakh rupee onwards, going up to 2 lakh rupees in the MMR region, and homes starting from 25 lakh rupees going up to 60 lakh rupees in the Kalyan Dombivli Vasai Virar belt. Moving on to interest subvention schemes, developers here are offering schemes like 10:90, 20:80, which have been going on for quite some years, where as a home buyer, if you are purchasing any property, you have to pay minimum 10% amount during the time of booking, and rest 90% you can pay during possession. And at this property fair, there are few developers who are taking care of your pre-EMIs also, which means that in certain cases the developers will pay your EMI till possession. And of course, there's a catch here. If you want to avail any of these discounts and offers or interest subvention schemes, you have the time only till this weekend, which is 10th of April. And on the other side, what's on the offer is that there are homes in the MMR region where developers are offering 1 BHK on an average of 60 lakh rupees going up to 85 lakh rupees, especially in areas like Bandra and Vikhroli, and 2 BHK going up to 1.2 crore rupees, going up to 4 crore rupees depending on the area and locality. And lastly, as I mentioned before, if you want to avail any of these offers, you have the time to buy till this weekend, which is 10th of April. This is Disha Shah from Magic Bricks Now.
All right, so those are the festive offers that are on avail for all the home buyers watching. But it's time now here on the show to talk about interiors. While shopping for new furniture for our homes, we usually look out for luxurious sofas or trendy dining tables or those steel coffee tables. If you're interested in an alternative option, then here is an option: wood. If you're interested in buying wooden furniture, then here's a slice from this week's episode of the Interior Show to help you get started. Take a look.
So Malika, now tell me where to start, because I can see a lot of wood here.
Basically, we believe in using different types of wood. So like the bed is a shisham wood, the cupboard is teak wood, this dining table is again teak wood, that cabinet is pine wood. So it really depends on from piece to piece how we want to finish it, and that makes us determine what wood to use.
Yeah, that was exactly my observation, that even though there is only or mostly there's wood here, but you've used it in different ways.
Correct.
Right? Well, tell me a little bit more detail about the cupboard here. Where has the facade of this been derived from?
So this old cupboard basically is derived from a Rajasthani door, and the entire outer framework and the inner door is actually one piece of whole door, which we have now turned into a cupboard. And originally it was a dark brown color, because that's how wood was treated before. But we wanted to give it a little brighter feeling, because if you imagine the same cupboard in a dark brown, it would be too dingy, very dull, and also quite heavy on the eyes.
Tell me about the dining table here. Again, there is a contrast by which you've struck a balance between the vintage and the contemporary.
That's right. Dining table is something you use every single day of your life.
So you can't have too much vintage.
You shouldn't have, because maintaining it is very hard. So we try to stick to straight, clean lines for these kind of pieces, like this dining table, dining chairs, and then we do a vintage sideboard with it, for example, like this, which has a slightly rustic finish with the texture.
We can't avoid talking about all the materials that you've upcycled. So within this space, is there anything that you've turned it into something new?
Yeah, definitely. We have this piece of it's basically a masala pounding drum. It used to be that, and now we have covered it, and you could use it as a stool to sit on, like a poof, or you could use it as a side table. Just has multiple purposes, and there are lots of pieces like that.
Wow. If someone actually wants to just go out and sort of curate some of these or something similar, do you think they're actually available somewhere?
I think the closest I can think of in Mumbai would be Chor Bazaar. The problem with Chor Bazaar is that there's so much to look at, and it's all piled up, like junk. So you really need to have patience and an eye to look out for something, and then see what you think it will eventually look like.
And with that, we've completely run out of time here on this edition of the Property News. But if you have any feedback or suggestions for us, write to us on the email ID flashing on your screens. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. So you can always tweet to us or post on our Facebook page, or you can also get in touch with us on our website. The IDs are again on your screens, and we would absolutely love to hear from you. And with that, don't go anywhere. Stay with Magic Bricks now. But this is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.